on this episode of Nerdy Dating, we talk about Kelly Stafford and Matthew Stafford relationship beginnings and whether or not did she cheat or not. We go ahead and discuss how do you get over comparing yourself to your partner's ex, and then we talk about 4 communication styles that can actually lead to successful relationships, and are they really true? So thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. Stick around because it's gonna be a fun one. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I am your host, Zakka. And what is Nerdy Dating? It is a relationship advice podcast from a viewpoint of a nerd here in Kansas City, Missouri. And pretty much, if you have a question for me, please put in the comment section below. Also, you can find Nerdy Dating on TikTok and Instagram at alizakkanerdydating. I appreciate everybody who's been listening to the podcast. Thank you guys so much. Now we're going to get into today's first topic, which is the Kelly Stafford situation, where she talked about how she started dating Matthew Stafford, and apparently a lot of people was in an uproar because they thought she was cheating. Well, let me break this down for you, but before I break it down for you, I'm gonna let Kelly herself explain exactly what the relationship was and exactly how they got together. So here's Kelly from Off the Vine podcast about to speak about it right now.
Oh, but you know, our love story, I love that you think it's so great. It started out horrible.
Tell me.
Well, met him, spent like the evening with him, did not let him touch me the first time ever. Or like not he like I was so I don't know, I was still coming out of high school. I was in a long relationship in high school.
Okay.
And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take my time.
You're a prude. Okay, got it.
Oh, 100%.
I'm only saying that because I was a huge slut, so that's amazing.
You know what? I had been with one guy, and it was kind of just like, okay, this is my first college experience. Met him before school started because we were both there for 2 days. I was there for cheerleading, he was there for football, which is
my God, your classic love story.
Also embarrassing. And it was kind of like we met, talked all night, had a really good time, but he was a quarterback of an SEC college. And
what does that mean? I'm Canadian.
Ooh, girl. Quarterback of an SEC college is kind of like the quarterback for what's like the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a very in the South, and you're living in Tennessee now. Yeah. In the South, really college football is almost, I would say, actually, no, it's not almost. It is more like there's more fans of college football than there are
learning
pro.
That. Okay.
And so, you know, and I think you know the Ryans somewhat, Matt and Sarah Ryan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and so we used to kind of joke about it because Matt would walk around and they'd be like, go Dogs. He's like, I'm not the quarterback for Georgia. Like, I play for the Falcons.
Yeah.
But no, so anyways, he was like, this is fun. I was like, oh, we're in a relationship. This is great. You know, like this, because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know casual dating.
Wait, so was he trying to casually date and you were all in?
Oh, yeah, girl. And I didn't know what that was. So all of a sudden, we're kind of doing this thing. And then he's like, oh, I see him at a bar one night. And I'm like, what the f-? Anyways, long story short, it wasn't that cute of a relationship at first. I hated him. I loved him. I dated the backup to piss him off, which worked.
Oh, yes.
He was like,
that'll do it.
He was the bad boy, too. Like, Matthew's so sweet and Southern gentleman and all that stuff. And the backup was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it upset him, which it worked. Thankfully.
Yes.
But yeah, at first it was
Was that like the pivotal moment in the relationship where he was like, actually, you can't be with him. You need to be with me?
100%. So they lived in the same dorm because athletes lived in the same dorm, and he would see my car there. And so at one point he like waited and followed me out and got in my car and wouldn't get out.
Stop.
And he was like,
this is so hot.
I was like, this is amazing. It's working.
Yeah.
I was get out of my car, and he was like, he's not right for you. And I was like, what? You can't tell me that. It's like, get the out of my car.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's dating like 12s out of 10s. You know what I mean? Like he's dating, God knows, supermodels.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
Southern supermodels, but still.
Right.
And and it's funny because I had to like rush them. Some of them came through when I was a sophomore. I had to rush out. I was like, I cannot do this right now. But anyways, it was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Did not think I think if you ask anyone who knew us at Georgia, if they thought we would have ended up together 4 kids, they would have laughed their asses off.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think I would have laughed my ass off at that.
But that's kind of the cute part of it.
Honestly, in the end, you know, when we decided that it was it.
What made you decide that?
I didn't decide it.
He did.
He did. Yeah.
So he
I
was
was
like,
always all in.
Oh,
I didn't let him know that. But I was, well, he probably. But no, I was always all in. I don't know. There was something about him.
Yeah.
It was just, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
For one. He called me from Arizona. He went to train in Arizona. I was still in college, having time.
Yeah.
And I still remember I was in my sorority house, which should have never pledged a sorority, but here we are. And he was like, I don't want to see you with anyone else. I want to make this real. And I was like, you waited until you left.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so now I don't know what's going on over there.
Right.
You don't know. So now we're going to be.
Yeah. So you had to do long distance?
We did long distance for like a year,
Okay.
maybe. And then I moved to Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
I was 19.
Whoa.
Yes. It was,
baby.
2010, I think.
2010. Okay.
Yeah. So moved there, and against my dad's permission, he didn't give me his permission.
And then my brain just goes to Taylor Swift. But Daddy, I love him. I do. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I said. I was like, I think it's going to be okay. And he's like, no. And so Matthew had to go sit down with my dad
Good.
and kind of assure him
Where are you from?
I'm from Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you're Canadian.
Yeah.
So it was, he's
he
very
sat down
old
with your
school.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had to sit down with my dad, kind of reassure him, if something went wrong, what would happen. Because I was going to go to school up there too.
Okay.
So Georgia didn't have a nursing program. So I transferred out to a school in Michigan that had a nursing program. Yeah. And so did my nursing degree. And yeah, we made it. Thank God, because God knows where I'd be if not, Who knows? Probably in Georgia.
Yeah.
Just
not a bad spot.
living next to my parents and
I
All
always
right.
wonder what
So-
would have been if I didn't.
Kelly Stafford's situation is a casual situation. Her relationship started off very casual. She met Matthew, like she mentioned, during the summer, during camps, tour dates, and they were not pretty much serious. She thought they was going to a serious situation. Matthew was like, I'm just dating right now and seeing what the girls like. Now, college dating is different from real world dating, because college dating, you're seeing a bunch of other people, you're hanging out with a girl, you're like, okay, she's cool to hang out with, I like hanging out with her more and more, and then you define the relationship. Well, Matthew wasn't trying to define the relationship. Kelly said she saw him at a bar, probably with another woman, and she lost her shit. So Kelly's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and just casually date as well. And Matthew got to the point where Matthew was like, you should be dating the backup. You pretty much be talking to me. And she's like, well, you're talking to other women too. So Matthew had to make a point where he was like, all right, am I going to actually invest in Kelly or not? And then eventually when he went to train down in Arizona, because she said 2010, I believe Matthew Stafford got drafted in 2009. So when he went to go train for the NFL, he decided to make it, a legit relationship. He decided to define a relationship. Now, Kelly was around. They've been talking off and on, but it seems right there, they just decided to define the relationship, which that's what casual dating is. Casual dating can get messy like that. Did Kelly Stafford cheat? No. And everybody out there on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter are saying Kelly Stafford cheated. That's not true. She actually did not cheat at all. They was casual. There was no boyfriend, girlfriend establishment of the relationship. It was, we're talking to each other. She wanted serious. He didn't. And then finally, after him seeing her with other men, he was like, you know what? I don't want you to date anybody else. I want you to date me. And Kelly was like, heck yes. That's what I've been waiting for. So I decided to date him. Now, let me actually get the Matthew Stafford graduation. All right, not graduation. NFL draft date. Let me see. NFL draft. Matthew Stafford. 2009. He was the first overall selection, 2009. 2010, she moved up. So, Kelly must be a few years younger than Matthew. But there you go. Is she cheated? No. This is what casual dating is. And in fact, let me look at the Google definition of casual dating so people don't get their, situation in a bunch. So casually dating definition, and according to Google, casually dating is a physical and emotional relationship between two people that's outside of a committed romantic relationship. It can involve going on dates, spending time together, and possibly engaging in physical intimacy or sex. People who are casually dating may be loyal to each other, but they don't expect or demand the same commitments as a more formal romantic relationship. They may also be free to date other people at the same time. This is from Wikipedia, Brides, Masterclass, very well mined. A few things that Google pulled it from. I think this one was from, it was just a mixture of everything that under casual dating. So, did Kelly Stafford cheat? No. But that is pretty much a definition of casual dating. Casual dating can be messy. It's not a committed relationship. You talking to somebody else, and then they're talking to somebody, 5 other people. Kelly decided to do the same thing, and it came down to Matthew Stafford to say, you know what? I want Kelly to date me. I don't want her dating anybody else. I really like her. I'm going to commit to her. Took 2 years. All right, cool. But they also in college. So college, you're going to see each other. She's a cheerleader. He's a football player. They're going to be around each other a lot. And matter of fact, they're going to see each other in football games. They're going to see each other in workouts. They're going to see each other pretty much for 2 years. They was around each other. And for those who went to college, if you had the same degree or did a sport that coincided with another sport, you probably saw the same people in your circles at the same time. And then also in a fraternity or sorority, you probably saw the same people, a lot. I know there's a handful of people from college that I pretty much from freshman class all the way to senior year, I was around them because I went to the business school down in Missouri State. So I got to see the same people. Same thing with these two. They was around each other all the time, and that's how they stayed together and thus became a relationship. They have 3 kids and been together since 2000, like officially dating since 2010. So yeah, shout out to the Staffords. Kelly cheated? No. And for those out there who's like, why did she put this out there? Because she was asked about how they got together. Her story can't be made into a rom-com. 100%. You can turn Kelly Stafford's story into a rom-com and people be like, oh, that's so romantic. He realized he needed you so much in his life that he decided to commit to you after he was casually dating everybody else. So for those who think about casually dating, just understand that it can be messy. Understand that dating is not black and white. That if you get feelings involved and you got to find a relationship, just be understanding that Matthew Stafford in this scenario could have said, cool, date the backup quarterback. I don't care. I'm going to go date somebody else. He could have, but he didn't. So just understand when it comes to casually dating that when you want to define a relationship with somebody that they might just walk away and be okay with that. Understand that person wasn't for you. And then they really want to date you, they will. So I hate the saying, if he would, he would, or if he could, he would, or he's willing, he would, kind of whatever that thing is, he would do it. Matthew finally decided to say, you know what, I want to date Kelly. So there you go. Did Kelly cheat? No. Is that casual dating? It's casual dating in a nutshell. And I do give Kelly props for explaining her story and how they got together, because not all relationships are black and white. Not all of them just, oh, the high school sweethearts, they met each other, or they met each other on Tinder and they went on one date and love forever. No, that's not dating, especially modern day dating. So shout out to Kelly for that. Give her props for explaining the story, and I thought she did a pretty good job explaining it. Yeah, she did the backup quarterback to make Matthew Stafford jealous. Is that shitty thing to do? Probably, yes. Did it make Matthew Stafford jealous? Yeah, it did. Did Matthew Stafford say, you know what, F it, I'm going to make the move and make sure Kelly talks to me? It did. It worked. Her tactic worked. Is that a good tactic? I don't think that's a good one. Because she would have been heartbroken if Matthew was like, hey, okay, date the backup. I'm going to date somebody else over here. And then she was like, well, Matthew never got back with me. And now the backup quarterback is like, I'm all in. Apparently, the backup quarterback was like, nah, he just casually dating too, because apparently he didn't fight for Kelly. So he probably really didn't care. He was like, okay, cool. Date Matthew Stafford's girlfriend. Or I guess they're not dating. They're not in a relationship. Like I'm dating Matthew Stafford's girl. Friend girl. I don't even know what to call it. Fling. If I was the backup quarterback, though, I wouldn't. It depends if Matthew and the backup quarterback was friends. They weren't friends with each other. Who cares? Who give two craps? But if they was friends with each other, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd be like, I can't talk to you. Like, I'd ask Matthew, like, hey, Matt, it's cool I talk to your girl. It's not, or y'all have a thing going on? Y'all don't? Cool, I'm going to talk to her. But apparently, Matthew did get jealous. So, shout out to Kelly. It worked for her. I wouldn't use that as a method to date somebody. Like, oh, I'm going to make somebody jealous, because that can backfire in your face. It's not always guaranteed. Is it a healthy way to meet each other? No. It's not. But heck, it worked for Kelly. They're happily married. Shout out to them. All right, before I hop into some Reddits, I definitely want to go over a question that came to me from TikTok. And my topic that brought this question up was, how do you know when you're over your ex, or how do you know you're ready to start dating again? I said, you're over your ex. You don't think about them. You don't think about what they're doing, how life could have been with them. You're pretty much like, you're happy for them. You don't forget about your relationship because that happened. You learn your lessons, but you're not sitting there pondering, what is my ex up to? What it could have been? You're not thinking about that anymore. Well, somebody responded to my video and asked, what if I can't stop comparing myself to their ex? I don't care about my ex or think about them, but I can't stop comparing myself to how I think they feel about their ex to how they feel about me. And pretty much my answer to this person, my answer to their question is, comparison is a thief of joy. I know that's cliche, but it is true. Do not compare yourself to your ex. And I know, once again, that is a lot easier said than done, but you have to look at yourself as the prize. Your partner is currently dating you. They're dating you. You are the prize in this scenario, not the ex. Wherever happened in that past relationship, it didn't work out. That's why they're not with them. They're currently dating you because they're choosing to be with you. You are the prize, and you gotta look at yourself as the prize. Now, can you still work on yourself? Keep working on yourself. Keep getting better, and don't walk around with like your head up high, like nose to the sky, like I am the prize. Everybody bow beneath me. No, but definitely look at yourself with that confidence and self-confidence that I am the prize. I am the reason why this person choosing to date me. And I'm going to continue to work on myself and get better too. But I'm the prize. I'm the present. I'm the prize. Treat yourself in that way. And don't compare yourself to their ex. They're not dating them anymore. They're not with them anymore. They're with you. And look at yourself that way. Look at yourself as you're the prize, but keep a healthy self-confidence about yourself. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in who you are. Know who you are. Know what that you bring to the table. Know that that you're a good partner. Know that you're a supportive person. Know that you like to be a fun time and have people join in and make things together. Think about you are the prize and that person choosing to date you. They're not dating their ex. Now, the only caveat is here, and what you should look out for, if that person constantly bring up their ex. If you're talking to somebody and they bring up their ex every second they have a conversation, if they go to a McDonald's and be like, me and my ex went to this McDonald's. Okay. If you go to like an ice cream shop, me and my ex went to the ice cream shop. Okay. You went to a movie theater, me and my ex went to this movie theater. All right. No, what if you and your ex didn't do? Like, if that person keep bringing up their ex for every little thing you guys do, then I'll look at them and say, am I comfortable dating somebody who always talk about their ex? If you're not, then leave out that relationship. Hey, this is not for me. I appreciate it. Had a fun time, but it's not gonna work for me. Or if you're okay with that, then like, all right, cool. Hey, I'm not your ex. And you have that conversation, like, I'm not your ex. You don't have to bring your ex up every time, we do something. Like, if a conversation like calls for your ex to come up, that's different. But if you're like just talking about, we went to a shoe store to buy Converses and your ex love Converses, I don't need to know that. We're just getting shoes. So that's the only caveat to dating somebody who talk about their ex. But other than that, if their ex is not related to the conversation, not related to the situation where it feels prominent to bring them up and say that, you know what, this story here, we happened, our car got stuck down a well, but now we got out the well. Like, I mean, W-E-L-L, not an actual well. Well, that'd be a heck of a story too. But if they brought it up, like, yeah, this is how we survived, falling down a well because we made the wrong turn and we're off the cliff. Like, if that was the situation, like, if my ex was in the car, it was me, I wasn't paying attention, that's different. But they're like, if we went to see the movie, we're going to go see Despicable Me 4, and they bring up the ex, how the ex loved Despicable Me. Well, did you love Despicable Me? Why are you bringing up your ex? So, that's my only thing. Think about this. You're the prize. You should treat yourself as a prize and understand that person's dating you, not their ex. And they bring up their ex for every situation, then maybe that's something you need to have a conversation with them and tell them, I don't feel comfortable you bring up your ex. It's something you need, if you want to do that and you have a conversation, that's fine. But for me, it's not going to work for me. And you have the opportunity to say you're staying in that relationship or leave that relationship. You're not trying to date a ghost. You're not dating somebody and who you're fighting a ghost. No need. If they're done with their ex and they're not bringing up their ex, cool. Also, I wouldn't bring up stories, a situation where like, what about you and your ex? What did y'all guys do? Because what did that pertain to your current relationship? What did that add to your current relationship by knowing what your partner did with their ex? Nothing. Now, your partner likes doing certain stuff. Your partner likes, going to the movies. Your partner likes drawing. Your partner like working out, and they like going to workout class and stuff like that. And they want you to join with them. You don't need to bring up like, oh, did he do this with their ex? Why would you need to think about that? Or did she do that with her ex? Why do you need, like, whatever your partner's interest is, have fun dating your partner. Don't compare yourself to their ex. And my only caveat is before they bring up their ex, then that's something you need to have a conversation with your partner and be like, is this working for me? Is this not working for me? Other than that, remember, you are the prize. You are the prize. And treat yourself as such. All right, Reddit time. Girl I'm dating changed just the last picture on her dating app. I'm male, 42, have been dating a woman, female, 37, for 7 weeks. We've been on 7 or 8 dates and have slept together most of those dates. We have totally hit it off and have plans for a brunch date, for brunch, not dates. We have plans for a brunch, not dates. A brunch can be a date. Anyway, I noticed earlier this week she just changed the last photo of her dating app we match on. So you have to scroll to the bottom. Okay, they're on Hinge. It hurt when I saw it because it was a pic she sent me a few weeks ago when she was out with her friends and was suggesting of maybe coming to meet me. I wonder if this is a test. Like, it's not enough of a change to make any difference in her dating profile appeal, but I will notice it if I'm still using the app. I'm at the point of wondering what she wants out of this relationship and struggle with how to have that conversation. Definitely won't bring this up. What? Say, we are meeting this weekend. She's staying over for the first time. Obviously going to the right direction, which is why this is perplexing. What may this mean? It means you guys have not casual dating. Back to the beginning of this episode. This is casual dating. You haven't defined a relationship yet. You have not said, hey, I want to be boyfriend, girlfriend with you. And she knows that. And she's not putting all her eggs in one basket until you guys define the relationship. Right now, you're casually dating, which means she's open and talking to other people. She's still on the app because there's no DTR right now. She's still on the app. She's still casually dating. You're getting invested. Cool beans. Make the move. Say, hey, this weekend, if you want to, ask her, hey, I really like you. I want to be your boyfriend. Would you like to be in a relationship with me? Ask that. Ask that question and see what she says. 7 or 8 dates. That's about what? If you took a date once a week, 2 months. That's about right. Go for it. You've been around her enough time to understand that you want to continue to see a relationship with her. Ask her to be your girlfriend. That's what this means. What it means as far as what she's doing, it means she's still out there dating around. She's still casual. She's still in the app. She's still swiping. Now, is she meeting people in person? Who knows? But she's still entertaining other people because there's no relationship. She's not locked down. And I know people are like, oh, locked down. That's weird to say. She's not. She's single. She's on the market. You're on the market too. How about you define a relationship? How about you tell her this weekend, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to be your boyfriend. What do you think about that? Or, I don't even say that. What do you think about that? I want to be your boyfriend. Would you like to be my girlfriend? Would you like to be in a relationship with me? Ask her that. And see what she says. And she's like, you know what? I'm cool being casually. All right, cool. Then maybe there's not the person for you to be in a serious relationship with. You can casually date. That's cool. And she might turn around 2 months, 2 years. Who knows? But I wouldn't put that much stock in her anymore. I would continue dating other people. And she's like, no, I've been waiting for you to say this question the whole time. But have fun. So that's what that means. It means that you guys are casually dating right now. She's not locked down. She's not in a committed relationship. And it's up to you to make the commitment if you do not want to see her continue talking to other people. Next question. Can I date this guy despite the age gap? I, male, 20, went on a date with this guy, 30, male. When we first matched on a dating app, I thought it would sizzle out or maybe a one date thing. Okay. However, we just went on our first date and it went really well. For context, I've gone on many different dates in the past month and never felt it with them. Obviously, we have a decade age gap. That being said, I feel like we have similar tastes when it comes to exploring music and energy. I always like older men, usually have at least a 2-year age gap, but this might be a big one. I don't want to get more attached, but then be judged by it. Like, what do you say when we're meeting friends and family? Has anyone been through something similar and tell me about their experience? an age gap, a 10-year age gap. Well, the 10-year age gap is not really the issue here. The issue for me, looking at your situation, the fact that you're not 21 yet. He's 30. Okay. And what's the rule? I think it is divide your age by 2 times 3 after that. I think it's so 10 times, no, it's not plus 7. I think it's divided by, because 17, that'd be 2. No, that's not it. That's way too low. It's a divided by, I can't think of, there's a rule out there and I can't think of it right now, which is not good for podcasting as you see. But it's like you divide your age by a number then plus 7, which for him, so 15, no, it's divided by 2, so it'd be 15 plus 7. So the lowest he should go is 22. And he's currently at 20. I'll be thrown off by that. I'll be like, no, because he's 30. He's of drinking age. To me, when I think of somebody who's dating somebody who is below the drinking age, it's like, what can you do? You can hang out at each other's place, cool. You can, and this is somebody who's like above 18 and older. So between 18 and 20, like gap where you're at right now. Yeah, you can go to, hang out at your place. You can go places and do stuff, but you can't really stay out. You can't go to most bars. You can't really stay out late. You can't go to alcoholic events because you're under age of 21. So to me, my thought process is like, what can you guys do besides, hang out in the daytime, go eat somewhere, and maybe go back to each other's places. Like, that's where I think. Now, if you was like 21 or you was like 22 and it's 32, okay. Cool. You haven't really experienced life yet, but it's a lot better. If you were like 31 and he was like 41, there would literally be no issue with the fact there's an age gap. Now, you can have an age gap and still enjoy, similar tastes and things and have different similar lifestyles, stuff like that, similar views on stuff with a different age gap. That's fine. A lot of people date people who are not of the same age. People date 5 years up, 5 years down, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, whatever the case may be. Some people date 10 years apart. Yes, that is possible. Heck, you get into your 30s, you start dating somebody who could be 50s or 40s, 45. You'll see it more and more with older adults. But you're 20, you're not a drinking age yet. And that is where I will be wondering, is this playtime for you? I wouldn't consider this a serious relationship. Just be honest. Now, can it grow into something serious? True, it can. It can become something serious. Yes. But I wouldn't put my stock in dating somebody who's older than me if I'm not a drinking age yet. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I would just say this is casual dating. I'll have my fun. And if you guys really want to define a relationship, okay, cool. But I definitely would be watching his actions to see if he's serious about this as well. If he's wishy-washy and not communicating, and then I'll watch what happens during the relationship. I'll watch to see if his communication falls off. Watch to see how he reacts to me. If he shows up to certain stuff. There's things you can see where all right, you just want casual, that's fine. I'm looking for something serious. And the actress said, what are you looking for? Are you looking for casual? Are you looking for serious? You just thought maybe one date and I'll be fine, and you end up liking the guy, cool, and it's starting to get heavier. Cool. I just wouldn't rush into this. I would take my time. I would take 3 months to date somebody before coming a committed relationship, or before asking the DTR to find a relationship because of the age gap. You're not 21 yet. There's a lot of things you guys can't do yet until you turn 21. So I will go with that. I am curious about what other people are saying, and this one person said here on Reddit, the age gap is only worrisome when the older person is a manipulative and there is an unhealthy power dynamic due to being more financially stable and experienced. If an age gap, if he's an okay guy, then there's no issue with the age gap. Then somebody goes, I dated someone 8 years older when I did not really have dating experience. Things I did wrong / which I did. Introduce them to friends I did not, and listen to their advice. They told me that he was no good. They were right. Okay, let's not get personal here. It's only the PC crowd that wants to cultivate victims everywhere of being okay. This person went down a book. I don't have time for books. Pretty much in your situation, just be cognizant that you're not of 21 yet. You're still 20. Casually date this person. I wouldn't look for anything serious with such a 10-year gap unless their action shows them that they are serious. Now, somebody who trying to date somebody and be, financially manipulative, like I have all the money value. Remember, you're a person. Don't let yourself get caught up in that. Don't let yourself, I put all my finances into this person. You're casually dating. There's no defined relationship yet. So watch their actions, see how they maneuver the next couple of months, and then from there, I will be like, okay, you want to be serious? If not, casually date. I wouldn't look at somebody who's underage. If I was 30 years old, which I am, I'm 31, but like I couldn't imagine dating somebody who hasn't gotten through college and experienced the real world. But this person's sitting to date somebody who's of that age and like seriously date them. I would just be careful. Like, are you trying to seriously date me, or are you just one with a casual person? Because that's two different things. All right, next one. What should I say? I approach a guy at a festival and ask for his Instagram. He has requested to follow me back, so I take that as a good sign. I really want to go out with him. What should I text him? Hey, how you doing? Are you free this weekend? Like, you can open up, be forward. If you met him at a festival, I mean, you guys already had the conversation. You already had the talks and everything. Be forward. Just ask him, hey, are you free this weekend? What you up to? And see what he says. He's like, I'm free. Hey, you want to do something? And you can let him plan the date. You can let him set the ball up in the court by just reaching out and say, hey, it's fun meeting you at the festival. Are you free this weekend? Or, hey, I had a good time meeting you at the festival. We should hang out again. And he said, yeah, we should. What are you doing this weekend? Boom. So just open up and ask him. That's all you have to do. There's not much else with this one. Congratulations. You met a guy at the festival. You had a good time. And he asked for the Instagram. You responded back. Ask him, hey, you had a fun time. I'd like to see you again. And see what he does from there. That I'd like to see you again. Had a fun time. That legit, it's a layup for the guy to make the slam dunk for a date setup. And there you go. All right, next one. What should I do? I'm a 26 male, been in a relationship for just over 3 years with a girlfriend, 25. We love each other. However, the sex life has completely died off. And there certainly or clearly isn't a spark between us anymore. However, I really still genuinely care about her. There's another girl, 28 female, however, who I solely began talking to as a friend. However, I just can't get over the thought that we might be better suited together. I haven't done anything with this other woman, but I just can't ever really get her off my mind. What do I do? On one hand, I really enjoy my current girlfriend presence. However, considering we are in our mid-20s and the sex life and chemistry feels low, I can only imagine it would get worse as we get older. 3 years and you guys' sex life died off? You're not sexually happy? Talk to your partner. Like, before you decide, don't cheat. As your partner, talk to him and say, hey, babe, I love you so much. I wish our sex life was much better. What can I do to better, to give the spark back? What can I do to make sure we're having fun sex again? Because it sounds like you're just not sexually satisfied in your relationship. And whether or not maybe hopefully your girlfriend feels the same way and knows the same thing is off me, I just don't want to communicate with each other. So I think what you need to do is find a way to rebuild and re-spark that sexual intimacy. Go back on dates. If you haven't been taking your girlfriend on dates, make her feel like $1,000, $100, and $1 million. Make her feel that way. Make her feel like she's the only girl in the world. No Brianna pun. Get your girl to feel like she's sexually again. I remember, I'll never forget this. I was in a relationship years ago, and a girl mentioned to me that she didn't feel sexy. So as a problem solver, that's what I am. I'm that person in my relationship. I was like, what can I do to make you feel sexy? How can I add to that feeling and make you feel sexy? And she was like, I want to go on more dates. I want to be able to have a date night, but I want to dress up. I want to get fancy and everything. Now, this is during COVID, so not any places open. So what I did, I decided to turn my apartment into a restaurant, and we got dressed up and went outside and did like a date night thing and stuff like that of that nature. Made her feel sexy. She got the opportunity to dress up and get, feel sexy again, put on makeup, stuff like that. Do the same thing for your girlfriend. Your girlfriend probably feels like she's not, feeling sexy or that. She probably feel like she's not getting compliments as much and doing things. Are you doing these things for your girlfriend? And then as far as that crush goes, do not act on it. Do not act on it, because what's happening is you think the girl is into you, and you know what? She could be. But I'm willing to bet she's only sexually attracted to you because you haven't had sexual intimacy with your partner. So once you decide to hook up with this girl and act on these sexual urges, you'll find out at the end of it, there can be an empty void, and there's like, oh, it was just a sex. I'm about to give up somebody great for sex, versus how about revitalizing your current relationship and start with a spark. Now, you bring this to a girlfriend and say, hey, I want to revitalize the relationship. I want to start the spark again. And she's like, I don't really care. I don't like sex. That's not who I am. Then you have to ask yourself, is this relationship worth carrying on? Do I want to be in another sexless relationship, or I'm going to end up this relationship with my girlfriend, say, hey, you're great to talk to, you're a great person, we're just sexually on the same page, and go be single for a little bit. Don't hop right into that next relationship with the next girl. You can go hook up with her because you're single, but I wouldn't try to hop into a relationship with her. Let it be casual and go from there. You guys have fun and actually connect better on everything else, not just sex. All right, cool. You found yourself another girlfriend. But if you find yourself where you have sex with her and you realize, oh, it was just the sex I wanted, you gotta ask yourself about that and be upfront and honest, and let the girl know that, hey, you know what, I'm not looking for anything serious. I do want something casual. I'm down to be casual with you. Like, I just got a relationship. Let that girl know. But as far as your current partner, try to revitalize sex first. Try to revitalize the intimacy in your partner. Make her feel sexy once again. Maybe take her on dates and see how she reacts to it. But your partner's like, I don't want any of that. I don't want to have sex. I'm cool being, in a sexual relationship. Then you have to ask yourself, is the relationship worth carrying on? If it's not, break up with your girlfriend and then go have fun out there on the streets. If you do, and she's like, you know what, I'm down to do this, boom, your sex life is back. You're with the person that you love and genuinely care about, and you have sex into it as well, and have fun. All right, TikTok time. So this first one here is from Kevin X Pasco. He did ask, what do you guys think? So I'm going to go ahead and listen to his video. So 2-minute 28 video, just give you guys a heads up. And here we go.
So people always talk about that having boundaries is really important to have in a relationship, but they don't really talk about what are healthy boundaries and what does that actually look like. So I'm going to give you 4 examples of really healthy boundaries to have in a relationship, and any healthy relationship I've ever seen has always had these 4. So they're pretty solid. The first one is having boundaries around alone time. You always want to encourage and actually completely allow alone time. It's very easy for couples to get too meshed and spend too much time together. So healthy relationships always have enough creative space for alone time. The second boundary is around community.
I agree with that. I agree with that first boundary is alone time. Barely have time where you guys can separate from each other and do your thing. Whether that's going to work and being at work, not working the same place as each other, working. If you do work in the same place, have a different department where you guys work in, and then that way you can have a conversation about how was your day and have different things to talk about. Or when you're outside of work and outside of your hobbies you have, where you guys can talk about to each other what your guys' hobbies are, and you got a chance for your partner to learn a little bit more about you, especially when you've been together for 5 years, 6 years. Those hobbies and those alone time is important, because when you come back to your partner, it's something new you guys have opportunity to bond over. So I do give them props on alone time. I agree with that.
Communicating during a disagreement, and it always includes no yelling, no name calling, nothing that's disrespectful. You're able to communicate and let your feelings out, but it's within a boundary. It's within kind of this area, and you can't go outside of it where you become disrespectful. Now, the third boundary is actually around.
I give them credit on that one too. I agree with that as well. when it comes to a disagreement or something, an issue within your relationship, not attacking your partner. Remember, you guys are a team. Why do you need to attack your partner? Why do you need to put your partner down to get your point across when it shouldn't be trying to be better than your partner? It shouldn't be trying to put down your partner when it comes to disagreement. It's, hey, here's a situation we have. Here's an issue we have. Let's work on a solution together. I respect you. I love you. I love you. I respect you. I love you. Let's work together on resolving this issue. And how can we do that in the most communicative way without having to be disrespectful? Because once you open that door and start disrespecting your partner, your relationship right there going to need work to even build back up to be the relationship it is. You're changing the dynamic of your relationship. There's no need to attack your partner. They're a teammate just as you are. Let's work on a solution to resolve the issue. I agree with him on that. No need to be disrespectful when it comes to resolving issues and being communicative. All right. They said the third boundary is actually around social media.
Social media, just what's okay and not okay to post. Generally, even if you only talk about it one time, at least you've had the conversation. But there's a lot of couples that don't do this, and it can create weird feelings or fights or disagreements. So it's better to just have that talk up front. That way you understand where the actual line is. And the fourth boundary,
I also agree with him. We can't pretend social media doesn't exist. We can't pretend the relationships, I want our relationship to be like our mom and dad or grandma and granddad. Your grandma and granddad didn't have Instagram. They wasn't out there putting their pictures up on them in their military suit and them in their outfits, at the 70s and 80s club and doing whatnots, and they're not posting pictures of them doing that. What they are doing, they didn't have that. Matter of fact, they had to sit by the phone and call each other and hope they pick up and see what they're doing. Or they drove around town until they bumped into each other somewhere and it's like, hey, how are you doing? They didn't have pagers. They didn't have, in the 70s and 60s. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm a 90s baby. But back to the point here, we can't deny that social media is a big part of relationships nowadays. You see your friends and family on social media. You see your significant other on social media. But you need to have boundaries what that looks like for you and see if this person has the same boundaries regarding social media. For one person, it could be, I don't want to see you liking Instagram pictures of people, of a certain gender, of models, a certain career path. Okay, well, that doesn't work for me because I'm going to like whatever comes across my page. All right, cool. We're not going to work together social media wise. Or I don't like posting my partner on social media. Why is that? For me, I don't want people to know about my business. Okay, that's cool. Well, they're not going to post on social media. Or you find somebody like, well, I like to post my partner on social media. I like to be, have a partner on there all the time. Okay, you're a social media person. You might want to date somebody who has the same feelings around social media. And then if you're not a social media person, date somebody who doesn't have the same feelings around social media. Because if one person's gonna be private while the other person's like, oh, we're at the mall today, click. And now you're on social media looking like, me on the mall? Oh, and then somebody's like, why are you at the mall today? Well, my girlfriend posted me on social media with me at the mall. Like, over that conversation. So maybe one person wanna be more private. That's cool. That person wants to be more, open that way. You gotta find that middle ground or date somebody who has the same social media views as you. All right, last one. Let's see what he has to say.
Boundary is actually about social, not on social media, but like in social settings. So like out with friends or family, what's okay, what's acceptable, how do we want to be when it comes to friends and family, do we need to check in with each other in terms of allowing people over to the house or going to parties, or there needs to be some level of communication between you two around social settings. And really, by the way, it all comes down to communication. You two are the ones who decide what's okay and what's not okay. And the only way you do that is by communicating. You have to be able to talk about it and figure out what works for you. And by the way, these should be really easy conversations to have. This shouldn't be like a crazy, anxious, you getting worked up type of thing. In the best, healthiest relationships, you're always able to have these conversations or even make changes to them in the future at a really easygoing pace. It shouldn't give you that like gut-wrenching feeling. And by the way, if you want more examples, let me know in the comments. I can always make more.
I agree with him. I agree with him a lot of that stuff. That was actually pretty good. No, he's spot on. You should have these conversations with your partner regarding things, and it shouldn't be anxiety ridden kind of things. And you gotta understand, like, if we don't agree with this, like, let's say your partner's like, I'm actually not as a social person. I like to have people over at these certain times of day, and that's it. And you're like, no, I want to have people over till 1 a.m. in the morning. That's wild. Probably not gonna work for me. Like, have this conversation now and understand, especially when you get serious in your relationship, and understand, like, hey, what does your future look like? What does having you as a roommate look like? What does having friends over look like? You have friends gonna be over till 4 a.m. in the morning, or you're gonna have friends that like, you know what, we're leaving at 8 p.m. Toodles. Like, so I do agree with him on that, and what family like. Also, going out and about, like, hey, it's okay you stay out, till 11 o'clock at night or midnight, but just let me know where you at before I go to bed, so way I can, rest assured if something pops off, I can come pick you up or help you out. So those kind of conversation, hey, I made it home. Okay, cool beans. Have a good night's sleep. Kind of things like that. That way you communicate with your partner, and your partner knows where you're at, and just can, if something happens, be understanding, like, all right, cool, I can be there if I need to be, if not. So just check-ins like that. I agree with him. I think that was a good video. Shout out to Kevin. All right. Next video. This is from tonight's conversation. Let's see what they have to say.
But the reason a lot of men ghost women is because women don't just make it easy for you to break up with them either. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, to my ghosting.
Sure.
This about to be toxic because...
Gladly. So, again, it done been plenty of men. These women in the audience, these beautiful women in the audience that been dating. And he done sat her down and said, look, baby, you deserve better than me. You do. You know what I'm saying? You can do so much better than me. I'm not the man you need me to be right now. And I think that you should go out there and try to find somebody that's a bit more compatible for you. And that woman will look that man dead in the eyes and say, you can't tell me what I deserve. Right? So a lot of men feel like we got to give a damn PowerPoint presentation to get out of the relationship. And to avoid that, they'll just ghost your ass. Again, I'm not validating the behavior. I'm just giving perspective.
Yeah, ghosting's not right. And she asked the question, why do men ghost? And he says, not easy to break up with somebody. It's not. It's hard to break up with somebody. Matter of fact, Jared Freed has a whole comedic bit. If you watch Jared Freed, 37 and Single on Netflix, he talks about how dare you break up with me on the Tuesday after my grandma who passed away 8 years ago? How dare you break up with me when there is Andy's Frozen Custard and we have 2 deals split down? How dare you break up with me? How? Like, it's a joke, but there are times people like, you dare break up with me before my, mother's birthday on next Wednesday. And you're like, I just don't see us working together. I don't see us, being compatible. Like you said, how dare you tell me we're not compatible? So that's why some guys ghost. Is it a good thing? No. And matter of fact, a good person would be honest and say, hey, this is not going to work for me. I'm going to end this relationship. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you meet the best person out there. This casual dating is not going to work for me. Just let you know. I know we went on 2 dates, 3 dates. I just don't see it going anywhere. Or I'm talking to somebody else. I'm meeting somebody else. I'm going to go with them. Don't want to string you long. Hope you have a good one. And somebody who is secure in themselves will be like, well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I believe every guy should end it. Every guy shouldn't ghost. I don't think ghost is good. Ghost isn't that healthy. Plus, it shows what kind of character you are. I think the right thing you do to somebody, let them know, like, hey, I'm not feeling it, or it doesn't work for me. Or, hey, you're a good person. I want to be, I don't hate the word single because everybody's like, oh, you're going to be single, but wait a minute. It's like, I just don't want to drag you along. I'm not feeling this much. Just be honest. Don't ghost. But I do agree with why, like, some men ghost. And those guys you don't want to talk to. If they're going to ghost you, you do not want to talk to them. They wasn't confident or brave enough to tell you the truth straight to your face. And imagine something getting serious down the line. You ask them a question, they completely lied to you because they was afraid of what reaction would be after you tell the truth. Don't date guys like that. Date somebody who will be up in front and say, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm going to end this relationship. Hey, I'm not having fun us being in a sexless relationship. can we try to fix it? If not, I'm going to end this relationship. Like, meet somebody who's going to be upfront and honest with you, who's going to be like, you know what? If I feel like feel like walking out this relationship and feel like I'm going to cheat, I'm going to end it with you. Plain and simple. If I feel like this is not going anywhere, I'm going to end it with you. Plain and simple. I think that's the best thing you can do. And yeah, those guys who ghost, they're cowards. Just be honest. And you don't want to date a coward. So consider yourself, saved from trouble down the line. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next episode. Please remember to like, share, follow, add comments below. And thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. I love y'all. See y'all in the next episode of Nerdy Dating. And keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.